All right, Coach, from live from Greenville, head coach Cindy Ball-Malone, the part of the coaching staff of the year, now in the American. Congrats on that. Let's start with that. That's a nice award there for you and your staff.
Thank you. No, thank you very much. I mean, I'd like to share. I mean, obviously, I believe that we have one of the best staffs in the conference, and I'll go as far to say even in the nation. I'm blessed to have the assistants that we have in Tyler, Whitney, and Kaya, and you can't leave out Aaliyah White as well. So um, just really blessed to have all of those people here with us, and um, yeah, it starts there and kind of trickles down, and they've made me a better coach. They challenge me every day, and it's they also are great friends of mine. So it's been a fun year to see all of it kind of come together.
Lots of awards for the players. Michaela Macario, Freshman of the Year. You have Justine Molina, Defensive Player of the Year. First team All Conference performers. Pretty successful. What does that mean? That the success, you've talked about it, having that team success, and now individuals getting awarded.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we talk about is, we want individuals to set goals. And we talk about that when we recruit them. But, if you have individuals setting those individual goals, it typically equates to team goals and championship, um, you know, winning championships and whatnot. But it's pretty special, those two in particular. Um, we've talked about those exact awards. Justine Molina, her freshman year when we were at another institution, that was her goal, was to be defensive player of the year in her career. And gosh, what a display she has put on this year, defensively. And I would say not only defensively, but also at the plate. I mean, she's everything and more, that I knew that I was looking for when I recruited her, gosh, almost 7, 8 years ago now. And then Lala Macario is, the moment we talked to her, she told us our goals. She's striving for some pretty hefty goals, and this was one of them. And so I believe that she's one of the most dynamic athletes on the field. And we continue to keep working on some other parts of her game. She's going to implement even more power numbers and things to come. And so just, she was supposed to actually take over duties at second base because Justine Molina was supposed to graduate last year. So I said this before that, she had to learn a whole new position, and it doesn't look like she just learned it. So kudos to both of them. Really proud of them.
Other highlights: first team All Conference, Gianna Mancha made the first team. Jada Cody, unanimous first team as a catcher. Kennedy Searcy, first team third base. Unanimous. Justine Molina was also first team there, as well as Denali Shotpocker makes another All Conference first teamer there. Tons of second teamers there. Kamal Woodall could have easily been a first teamer than any other year. Second team this year. Michaela making second team there as well. And Ashley Griffin, who was part of the all rookie team, also made all second team. Got to be, I'm sure, proud of all of them.
Oh, absolutely. And when you were mentioning it, like, excuse me, when you were mentioning it and kind of the positions that they won their awards in, you think like, well, Jada was, I think, third base last year, and Kennedy was in the outfield last year. And so it just speaks to this team and their willingness to do whatever it takes to help our team be as strong as it can be. We're a very dynamic group, and a lot of youngsters in that group, led also by those four seniors. So really proud of them. And our conference is strong, and they put up some great numbers. And I think in other conferences, they all probably would have been first teamers, right? But that's what's so cool, that we have some of the athletes in our conference that are top tier in the nation, with the McKinneys and the Barnards and the Corricks of our game. And so love that they were able to get honored in that way.
You make a great point about Cody. First team all conference in two different positions. I have to look that up now. If that's ever happened in our program before. I'll have to get back to on that. I haven't had it. We haven't had a chance to talk to you, obviously, since the weekend at Wichita State, historic weekend, winning the regular season title against a good Wichita in a tough place, winning the last two games. I know you've had comments about it on the recap, but now that you've had a couple of days to kind of reflect on it, what comes to your mind of that weekend that certainly will be remembered for a long time with this member of Team 21?
Yeah, we've talked about how this group is a calm group. I mean, we make some mistakes, but we're resilient. We bounce back, and we have a calmness to us. Not so much me, but definitely the team and our seniors. And I would even say maybe Coach Tyler. I think that's where it stems from most likely. But um, you kind of got to see all parts of us as a group that weekend. That first game, we're rocking and rolling, and then all of a sudden it's like, what happened? And I think we just kind of looked around and, oh wait, they had a great crowd there. They had people chanting like crazy every play they made and every hit that they had, or any ball that they put in play. And so, I mean, I guess that kind of got to us, along with our crazy travel situation that occurred. And at the end of the day, like I was kind of upset after that game, but then I thought, we're gonna keep our heads high. We're gonna go about it the same way. They have their little cheer. I said, you better raise the roof again, and we're gonna get back at it. And you've seen teams time again that might lose the first game in a series and then go figure it out. And that's exactly what we did. And following Kama, with that performance that she had on Saturday, I mean, that really like spark plugged the whole thing. And then we just kind of follow along, to be able to be in that position and rest Gianna for a whole day. And she was kind of battling some things, and she stuck out 4 or 5 innings the next day on Sunday. And I mean, both Kama and Gianna are just they're, I guess courageous is the best word for it. They're confident, they're composed, and they rely on each other. And it's just so awesome to see them lead and our team follow. But the crowd, like you said, the crowd was intimidating as heck. I didn't expect it to be that big. And it's hard to play there. It's hard to beat them. They're a good team. They hit the ball a ton, and that park definitely bodes well for them in that manner. But our pitchers did a good job of keeping us in the game, and we scored more runs than they did. So and then ending it with a double play like we did, I mean, can't ask for more.
And it really felt like a regional, right? Sadie, with the crowd, is the biggest crowd they've ever had, packed. I mean, every play, so much significance. I mean, that's got to help you too down the road, not only this week with the conference tournament, but beyond that.
Yeah, it's funny, and this is where I'm blessed as a coach, Elo. Shannon Doherty came up to me and she said, we probably need to talk to the freshmen about the conference tournament and regionals, and what that's going to be like, and having the interviews and whatnot. And I said, well, I think that we've already gone through it. We were at St. Pete. I mean, that was like the World Series. And we've played in these big time moments. We were at Florida with a packed house. We were at our place in Georgia, the very first game, with a packed house. And so you really sit back and you're like, wow, those moments can be a little overwhelming, but how blessed are we that we've had that experience? And again, we have so many youngsters that have experienced so much in, what is it, not even 3 months now. So it's cool. And then you've got a player like Shannon Doherty, like thinking about, okay, how can we get in front of these things? And you're like, well, okay, I'm here too. What do I need to do as the head coach? I got to think of some things too. They definitely keep me on my toes.
Yeah, on the toes. What went through your mind when those last outs was recorded on that ground ball, and you just realized you finally won the series, you won the title?
Yeah, well, I just kept telling them get outs, because normally I'm definitely pitcher minded. I don't like people to score. I don't like people to get to second. I especially do not like people to get to third. Like we practice lots of things where in practice, if they get to third, that we actually put a run up on the scoreboard. I do not like people getting to third base, especially with our pitching staff. And so when those two runners did get on, I just felt really confident in us. You keep McKinney in the park, awesome. You got Barnard to ground out, awesome. Like, yeah, it may not feel like it. We've got two runners on, but I think, we're in a win-win situation here. And Kama did a great job of keeping the ball down and rolling the ground ball at one of the easiest parts. You got one tag and one throw. And so it all panned out for us. I mean, that was what the plan was, and it worked that time. So, but we've been there time and time again with the amount of games that we've played, the amount of opponents that we played, the type of opponents we played. Kama's been in those situations before. And so, I love that she's had that experience and able to do her thing.
Yeah, it was kind of deja vu for you. Gianna getting the ball, getting the win 4 years ago. She got the ball and got the win when you clinched the Mountain West Championship, both of you together at Boise State. Justine was a part of that. Of course, she hits a memorable 3-run homer in that Sunday that'll go down in UCF history. That has to be, I mean, it's kind of wild, kind of full circle with all of you there.
Yeah. We definitely talked about it before the game, and I handed her the ball and I said, I said something like, well, we've been here before, haven't we? And she just gives me the little smirk and smile, and kind of the, oh gosh, Coach Bear, the mom, just don't say anything to embarrass me type of thing. But yeah, it's very cool to be able to experience that with both of them and with the entire team. But pretty special when, I had recruited them a long time ago when they were very young. And I knew they had what it took. Like, they just, not only on the field, but, in the classroom, in the weight room, in the community, they're leaders. They lead very differently, both of them, from each other, but, they definitely cover all bases. And so to be able to experience that with them is, I don't know how many get to do it. And again, just blessed is all I can say.
Now, obviously, you're in Greenville getting set for the conference championship. You're the one, so you get a bye. So you don't play till Friday. You play the winner of Tulsa and Houston. So take us through that process where you got to wait to play till Friday while everybody else in the league is going to play on Thursday. That's a good problem to have, but still, take us through the process of preparing to try to win another conference championship here.
Right. Well, again, we haven't been in this situation since I've been here, but it's an awesome situation. I think Gianna said it best in one of her interviews with you guys. She said, we want to win this whole thing. We want to play 2 games and win that too, and win the regional and get to a super regional. And, we're staying in the moment with a forward vision for sure. But I mean, it's exactly what Gianna said. It's exactly what the team has been preaching. I know that, we're going to get another practice in tomorrow. They did a good job today, real quick, competitive practice today. And I know they have their eyes set on going to see the new Doctor Strange movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What they're trying to, I told them I'm away from my 3 boys. Like, let me get away from Marvel. Can we watch like The Notebook or something? But, but of course they said that it's definitely something that all parties can watch. And so I got to jump on that wagon, I guess, to be along with the team. But yeah, they're just being themselves. Got their little pool workout in. We're going to go watch the game. I believe got moved to 9 a.m. tomorrow. So we're going to go watch that. And they're excited about that, because last year there were kind of some restrictions with COVID of teams being able to come and watch the games. And so they're excited that they get to do that. And I just remember, a long time ago being in their shoes and just loving being like witnessing the experience and watching teams and scouting myself. And so I'm glad that they get to do that and they get to enjoy it and, be around it more than we were. So yes, last year. So
it's going to be exciting. Obviously, conference championship. What's the key to being successful this week? What's the key?
Just doing our thing, our pitchers staying healthy. I'll say we walked more people last weekend than I would have liked to, but again, that also goes with, you might like pick your poison on who you want to face and that kind of stuff in a lineup. But getting ahead of batters, playing routine defense, and then offensively, we've seen every pitcher. There's no surprise. Now it's just a matter of making adjustments before the game starts and knowing, what those pitchers' strengths are, and just working towards ours. I think we've had even more opportunities to score more runs even in that last game against Wichita State. We're popping up some bunts, maybe running into a few outs, just things that were good. And so we've been able to overcome it. But I'd like to see us clean that up and then just doing our thing. That they I think they checked one box off with the regular season championship, but they're not satisfied. They're very proud and excited, but they're not satisfied, and they want more. So yeah, there lots of rest, lots of snacks and eating, and maybe a little Doctor Strange, I guess.
I've heard good reviews of that movie. I know
Okay,
people, yeah,
good.
yeah, that
Good.
went to see it this week. So, but we wish you very good luck. I know you're trying to join the 2015 UCF team. Is the other UCF team to have done the daily double, winning the regular season and the tournament title? There's been comparisons with the two teams. So we hope that those continue. But in the meantime, good luck this week, Coach, and thanks for taking the time from a busy schedule.
Thank you, Elo, and we appreciate everything you're doing. I know this team has done some great things, but you put on a good show for us, and really recognize them well. So and represent them well. So I thank you for that.